Hello, hi. Thank you for joining me this evening. Let me see the comments. Let me see if you're online. Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me. Let me see how many people are online. Hello, hi. Yes. Looking for that 32.5 buy again. Jacob Wills. Big production. Oh, yes. Excellence. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm just reading the comments. Interact with me, guys. I need you to interact with me through this whole time so that I know that, you're listening, you're with me. So we're just going to have a candid conversation, really. I'll teach you a few things about what I've learned over the years and what this whole digital revolution's about. Yes, yes. How did you store your recovery? Save the questions for now, though. We're going to have a question time. We're going to have a time where you can throw the questions in. Yes, went in with the editing. Thank you very much. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Hello, yes. Good evening. Thank you very much. Good evening, guys. Good evening, good evening. What would you advise? Yes, please write the questions down, these questions that they're asking, so I can, when it comes to the questions section, I can answer them. Dior looking clean. Oh, you see the Dior. Thank you very much. Yes, yes, awesome. Fantastic. Okay, I can see that there's a few people on. Yes. Okay, amazing, amazing stuff. So, yeah, we can begin. Like I said, it's just going to be a candid conversation, really. I'm firstly going to introduce to you, what ISOF is about. ISOF is the International School of Finance, and it's actually something that's evolved over the years into this. It didn't start as ISOF. It started as something very small, and as we progress in today's broadcast, you will understand exactly, how it started and how it began and how it's got to, the stuff that you saw at the start, the young men and women that I was with at the events that we've gone to and even in the classrooms and things like that. So I'd say to begin with, let's agree on something. We can agree that, making money or, that the belief that a certain amount of money can change your life, right? Mine and yours included. And I say that to say, if you were to make £1 million today, that would change your life, right? Perfect. I'm glad we can agree on that. Now, that belief, having that faith is good. That's the start of, that's where you should start. That's a very good start. But just having that faith, having that belief is not enough, because you can believe all you want, but if you don't take action towards it, then what's going to change, Like, in fact, I believe that if there's going to be any, external change, it actually begins with internal change. So you believing in yourself first, but there's also got to be external change. So I say that to say that you've got to be proactive. You've got to actually take something on or do something towards, your dream, your belief. So right now we're going off the belief that making money or making a certain amount of money is going to change your life, right? Now for myself, I had that belief, I had that faith from young, and I'm lucky that I actually, managed to grasp that faith. I managed to grasp that belief from a young age. And after grasping that faith and that belief, I took action and, I sat behind the screen and started to learn trading, learn about, financial markets. And I've been able to master my craft over the years, to the place that I am now. But like I said, that started with faith and belief. We're now in a place where, look, I'll be honest with you, let's just be very frank, the world is upside down right now. We're in a pandemic and there's confusion everywhere. People are dying, people are afraid. Nobody knows what's really going on. We're in a time where like our governments are failing, our health system is under attack, and our financial system is it's a mess. And you can believe what you want to believe, but right now everything that's happening can actually be to your advantage. Now, you may not see it that way, but by the end of this broadcast, I believe you will. Firstly, I want to start by telling you a story about myself. When I began this whole cryptocurrency trading, or whatever you want to call it, my financial journey, yeah, I remember this is back in 2016 now, and I've come across a friend of mine, and he's trading in bitcoins, and he's dealing with Bitcoin and stuff. And for me, I'm just I'm looking at this thing, and he's always busy with it, and I've took an interest in it. Like I've asked him, I've always been into trading. Like before that, I was trading forex, but after that, after I've met him, I've now looked into what he was doing, and I've seen the cryptocurrency stuff that he was doing, mainly Bitcoin at the time. And around that time, Bitcoin was probably around $300 per coin. And I've said to myself, wow, like, this is an interesting thing. Why is he doing it? Why is he not trading Forex? Why does he choose to trade this? So I've taken it upon myself to just kind of start following him around, just learning from him. I'll be honest with you, I've done a lot more than follow him around. I didn't leave his side. I think he probably kind of got annoyed with me at times. I'd be around his house late, so late that I'd be like, oh, bro, I might as well just stay over. Do you know what I'm saying? Might as well just let me, things like that. I remember that sometimes I could make him, because I was driving at the time and he wasn't. I'd make him just drive around with me. I'm going places, far places sometimes. I've got to go somewhere, but I tell him we're only going around the corner, just so I can be with him, just to pick his brain and ask him more and more about this Bitcoin. Now, once I'd figured it out and I've understood what Bitcoin was, and that this thing is actually the future, from then on, that's it. It just sparked like a madness inside of me. I'm running around now, I'm looking for money everywhere, I'm trying to put money into Bitcoin. And at the time, I remember I approached a friend of mine. He's watching as well. If he can comment, he'll comment and he'll let you know about this story as well. His name's Floms. Some of you that are watching from my Snapchat, and you would have come through maybe from his Snapchat. So this is a story about me and Floms in the beginning. So I've gone to Floms now, and Floms is like an older brother to me. We've known each other for years. So at the time, I'm even owing him some money, but remember, I've just come across this thing, and it's amazing, this big thing, this big idea that I've got. And I'm saying to him, look, bro, this is the one, this is it. We're gonna become multimillionaires from this thing. We need to do this thing. We need to do this thing. Like, I just need to, like, bro, listen, like, borrow me some money. Let me get in, let me do this thing. Let me get in, and I promise you, I'll turn it all into millions. Unfortunately, he didn't listen to me. He didn't want to hear none of it. In fact, his answer to me was, listen, bro, like, right now, yeah, I can't lie to you. Sort out the first bit of money that you owe me. You know how it is, like, growing up and that, how it is in the ends. Like, you owe someone money, you're not really going to talk to you until you run it back, or, you've worked it off and that. So he wasn't trying to hear it until I run back the money. Big mistake, yeah? Big mistake that he made. But it's fine, we sorted it out along the way. So I couldn't get the money off Floms. And, I'm still running around, I'm going places. It's not like I didn't have money, by the way. I had money, but because of what I knew and what I understood about what Bitcoin, was going to do, and like, for me, I've already seen that, wow, this thing is only $300 right now. It's going to go, by the time it goes to $1,000, $5,000, $20,000, it's going to do this. So we need to have X amount of money in there ASAP before it goes up, And this is 2016, remember? So, I've run around looking for money. And, I've come across another gentleman, and he's giving me money as well. And I've met a man that sat down and he's got his friends together, and I've told him my idea. I'm going to different people that I knew at the time, and they're giving me money, and I'm borrowing it just to say to them, look, I'm good for it. Some of them, I'm not even telling them why I need it. I'm just, close friends, family, stuff like that, just to say, look, like, borrow me this thing, like, I'll be able to, pay you back by this time, and yeah, no problem, all right, cool, take it. But like, at the time, I don't even want to tell them that this is what I'm going into, because some of them, they might even been a bit shaken for, nah, what if you just lose our money or something, But good thing, some of them trusted me and they gave me the money. I've put this in now. I've bought the Bitcoin, excuse me. So now, fast forward into 2017, and I'm seeing the price of Bitcoin rising, rising, rising. Now I've gone back to meet Floms, and I've said to him, but this time I think I've got a new car now. Do you know what I'm saying? I've made a bit of money already. The Bitcoin's gone up, and I'm pulling up on him. I'm trying to show him like, yeah, bro, you should have listened to me. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, look how I'm living. Look what's going on. But Floms is quite clued up and he's smart, so he's seen what's going on, and straight away he's what he's done is he's just sat there and he's gone. He's added up, he's looked at what I'm wearing, he's looked at the car, and he's looked at everything, and he just thought to himself, nah, like something's up. And Floms has got a partner called Fib. So he's gone to meet his partner now, and they've had a conversation about, what I've come to propose about the Bitcoin stuff. And then he's also looked into it, and they've looked online, looked at all, what it's about. And Floms has got back to him, and Fib's got back to him, and he said, oh, you know what? This thing that Arthur's, talking about makes sense, bro. I think we should get into it with him. Like, ask him how we can get in, and, he can show us what to do and stuff. So I've showed them how to get in, they've got involved, and they've done what they're doing. And time's gone on, and, like everybody knows, 2017 was the year that first year when Bitcoin went to all the way up to 20K. Now, imagine from $300, and by the time I got Floms involved, or I told Floms, it was, I think it was around like maybe $1,000 or $2,000. So he got in still quite early. Yeah, he still got in early. And so we've seen the whole thing rise up. We've seen the whole Bitcoin pump, and all the things, all the highs, all the lows, we've seen it all. And it was amazing. And for the first time, it felt like, wow, like this is a new world. What's going on? Like, this is crazy. And, at that time, I'm getting phone calls left, right, and center now because I'm posting things on my social media. I'm sure some of you that follow me or have been following me for years, you've seen my growth on my social media. So I'm posting stuff. I'm getting people messaging me saying, bro, teach me, teach me, teach me, teach me. So, over the years, I'm starting to meet more people. I'm getting around more and more things, and I'm learning more things as well. And by that time, it's almost like I've got a small community around me of people that are just trying to learn of how, what is this Bitcoin thing? How did I get into it, and what to do next with it, yeah? Now, what happened was, I'm sure as you all know, Bitcoin's now hit 20K and it's crashed, yeah? And when that crash happened, a lot of people, what I realized is a lot of people weren't clued up as to what it really was. They thought maybe it was just a coin that you buy, you wait for the price to go up. If the price is going down, that's it, you've lost your money. You just pull out, or do you understand what I'm saying to you? And those are the things that I'm gonna speak to you about today, or one of the things. So as the coin's going down, a lot of people are getting disheartened, and they're thinking, oh my God, I've lost out. What do I do now? Da-da-da-da-da. Little did they know, there's something called a stable coin where you can just put your money into, yeah? This is the first lesson. When Bitcoin is going down, you don't need to lose money. Like today, you saw the crash that happened today, yeah? We were at 40K and we crashed. I think we got as low as 36. I've not really checked the price. I really should have before I came online. But last time I checked, we were at 36K dollars. Yeah, when I speak in dollars. I know, I'm broadcasting from London, but I go based on the actual price of Bitcoin. What we at now? So we're at 35K right now, 35K dollars. Now, from that 40K drop all the way down to 35K, if you are holding Bitcoins, yeah, some of you are aware of this, but some of you may not be. You did not need to lose any money. There was no need for you to lose any of that money in between. There's something called stable coins that are pegged to the US dollar or pegged to the Great British Pound. They're pegged to fiat currencies, meaning that they don't move. They stay, so if £1 is £1 and that stable coin is £1, it stays as £1. So you can move your money out of Bitcoin into a stable coin and never have to lose anything when it's going down. And you buy it back for a lower price when, you've got a signal maybe, or, you've done your charts and you're sure that the market is about to go up. You buy back in and then you now watch your money go up. So essentially, it's like you're banking with Bitcoin. Do you understand what I'm telling you? And I'll explain more of that. Most of the stuff that I'm going to teach you, I'm not able to cover everything on this on this broadcast. So that's why I'm introducing International School of Finance to you this evening, where, you know, everything we do, I'm not trying to sell you anything here, guys. I believe something bigger than money. I believe in something a lot bigger than money. I believe in community. I believe in the family. I believe that we can buy our generation. Listen, there is a digital revolution happening right now, right before our eyes. And with the power of knowledge, the power of knowledge, we can really change our destinies through everything that's going on right now. As much as we're in a pandemic, I will show you how everything that's going on right now can work in your favor. So moving along swiftly, like I said, I will show you how to make this whole pandemic work in your favor. So through that now, the way that we'll do that is by you tuning in to these sessions here, and also we have Zoom classes available on our website. You can head over to www.isoffinance.co.uk and have a look at our courses, have a look at what we offer, our trading strategies and all the rest of it. Now register your interest and leave your name, leave your details there, so then you can now get a call back from any one of the team to get you into the Zoom classes. These are completely free, by the way. Everything you see, everything on offer is completely free. What I could have been like any other trader that, you know, come online, try to sell you guys a course and, you know, get you guys to now do this or do that. But for me, personally, what I believe is that what good does that do? I can come here and tell you all about how, you know, have faith and, you know, have belief and you can change your destiny, Now, buy this course and learn how to trade and go off and jump in my Lamborghini or jump in my Rolls Royce and go enjoy myself. But that doesn't really do anything. I don't believe that that actually has any cause or has any effect, because I'm pretty sure most of you have probably taken trading courses online, you know? I'm pretty sure most of you have probably, you know, paid thousands and thousands to traders online and paid for courses, and you're still confused as to what's going on. What I've done over the years is I've built a community around me with the help of my friends and my brothers around me. We've built a community that is self-sustainable, an economy that sustains itself. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Where we're in group chats together, we go to, you know, events where when the pandemic wasn't on, you know, when it wasn't COVID, we had a massive office that, you know, and it was open to everybody. Anybody could come there. We talk about trading, we talk about finance. It's not even just trading, everything to do with finance, everything that's gonna help and move our generation and our people forward, you know? And it all started based off a vision of just seeing, like, you know, the use cases, what Bitcoin or cryptocurrency itself can actually do for, you know, for a person or for a group of people. Now, I believe that through this, you know, I wasn't around when, you know, like stocks and bonds were created. And I'm talking back then, you know, the Wild Wild West. And when before all the banks took over and all the rules were made. And I believe that if there was a man like myself, if there was a voice that understood, you know, the stock markets and the bonds and all these things before it was what it is now, if there was a voice like myself that says, you know what, let's just teach everybody for free and let's get everybody clued up. Let's all get on it now, and then look, like we can do something bigger with this. I believe the world wouldn't be in the place where it is now, or at least there would be, you know, like much more dynasties. And a dynasty like the Rockefeller family, you know, how do you think things like that started? That started because a group of people put money together, or got together on the same idea and started pushing it with the same faith and the same belief until it got to a place where we're in 2021 now, and having the name Rockefeller means something, you know? I'm not saying you're gonna change your name, the last name to Bitcoin, but just carrying that or cryptocurrency or whatever it is, it may not even be this. Let me tell you for free, It may not even be me that sparks the idea, but you joining this digital revolution, becoming a part of this community, you yourself, and remember, I don't know everybody that's part of this community. There's so many of us. As you get involved, you start understanding, you start seeing that this is probably the largest youth financial hub in Europe, if not the world. You know, And not everybody's traders. I've come across rappers, footballers, actors, all sorts of people in this thing. And all back of the fact that I just decided that I'm gonna just teach people for free. Teach people for free and just give them the knowledge. Why not? Why? I've already made my money, you know. I've been involved since Bitcoin was $300. What more do I want to charge people for? What is it that I want from them? Let me just give them this knowledge and just help them out and just, you know, allow them to get to a position where they can now be able to move things around and change things around in their own community. And that creates more and more. And I hope that, you know, the same thing that I'm giving off, you can also take it on and you teach the next person. And we all just keep growing like that. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Now, in the classes that you take part in, many things, like you'll be introduced to many things. Exchanges, what kind of wallets to use, how to even read the charts. Because some of you will be traders, I believe so. Some of you will get on the computer, will get behind the screen and you'll be really good at it. But some of you may not be so good at it because, you know, looking at these charts is very daunting sometimes. You know, I remember my first time looking at a chart and I just couldn't believe everything was moving around too fast, all the numbers. I just couldn't understand it. And it took time. Yeah, it took a while for me to even get my head around it, you know. But the one thing I will say is that even if you don't manage to become a trader behind the screen, you can also do something called peer-to-peer trading. Requires nothing on the screen. Yeah, nothing at all. In fact, I could get into it, but it's going to take a while. But tune into one of the classes on the Zoom, register your interest, and you learn about peer-to-peer trading. That's also one of the things that we offer. Now, going along with my story. So when Bitcoin's crashed now, what's happened was I've still kept the faith, you know. Remember, I've from the start, I've said, no, I need to make a certain amount of money because I'm trying to change my life. I'm trying to change, but more than just that, what I realized was because of all the people that were, you know, coming towards me, all the people that I was seeing in the time that it went from $1,000, should we say, to $20,000, I realized that with the knowledge that I have, I can actually change other people's lives. You know, I met, like I said to you, I was exposed to a lot of people at the time. I remember getting phone calls to go meet all sorts of people. Like, honestly, I don't want to start naming names and, you know, this is not that kind of thing, but some of your favorite rappers, some of your favorite footballers, some of your favorite actors, I've sat with them, I've spoken with them, given them knowledge, teaching them about cryptocurrency or how to get themselves involved, teaching them about, you know, cryptocurrency, how to get themselves involved, and just helping them out, really. And then I've also met, you know, let me just tell you one thing. In the beginning, I'm not trying to like downplay myself here, but I will downplay myself. I'm not some crypto whiz kid. I didn't come up like that. I'm from the ends, just like you or some of you that are watching. Yeah, I come from the same place you come from. So it's not like, you know, you're looking at somebody behind the screen that's like, you know, that's gone to like mad university, Oxford and done this and that. No, I'm just like you, but I had a vision. I had faith and I had a vision. And I've just been running towards that vision. And I promise you, yeah, that is worth more than any degree on this earth. That faith and that vision mixed together with action and actually, you know, running towards it. I don't care what degree you have. I will wipe the floor with your degree. And I promise you. Now, so going forward now, all the people that I've come across, after hearing some of the most profound stories, I heard some heartbreaking stories. In fact, I've got a video to show you just now. I came across a lot of young men that were going through things, you know, some of them were coming out of jail, some of them were even going to jail, they're on a mad case. And, you know, just because of where I'm coming from, I was able to connect with these people. Through my social media, they'll message me, yo, bro, you know, can we learn from you? And that's what sparked the idea at the start. Now, in this video, you will hear some of them, they'll say, you know, they're a trader for A&J Capital, because that's what the company was at the time, or that's what the school was called at the time. It's now rebranded itself, you know, to ISOF. But yeah, so at the time, I've met these young men that they're telling me stuff, you know, that they're going through at home and things like that, hardships, stuff that was really breaking my heart. That I'm thinking to myself, can the person be going through this? And this is the person that I'm gonna try and ask to pay me £1,000 to teach them a course. I already know what they're gonna have to do for that £1,000 or whatever much people are charging for courses. And that's even, it even felt wrong for me to try and take that off them so I can just give them this knowledge. Why not do it the other way around? Give them this knowledge and then they can now progress from there and make something out of it, and then they don't have to be in that situation anymore. That seemed more fair to me. And you know, the results, they speak for themselves. You know, my results speak for themselves. I have made my friends, some of my closest friends, and they can tell you themselves, I've made them millionaires. If not millionaires, half a million, $250,000. That I've done that, and that's not because I've given them money. I've given them something more than money, something worth much more than money. The knowledge, bro, buy this coin here. Let's get involved in this, bro. All right. Some of them that were traders, I'd be talking to them late nights, early mornings. Bro, let's do this. Just so, you know, we're moving together as one. Yes, like that's what's happened over the years. Now, if I don't know if these guys are ready to play this video for you. I think they're just getting it ready now, so you can just see what I'm talking about.
Hi, my name is Sharif. I'm 17 years old and I'm a trader for A&D Capital.
Hello, I'm Charlie. I'm 19 years old from Kent.
Growing up wise, I grew up in Kennington with a family of about 6 siblings, and 2 of my older brothers actually went to jail, and me trying to follow their path obviously didn't work out for me.
I grew up in an abusive home when I was younger, where I used to get into a lot of things during school, such as selling all different types of drugs and stuff like that. I actually used to miss school just to be able to provide money for my family, and that's by selling drugs. I'm now in an office trading cryptocurrency.
I've always been interested in trading, and obviously I've done a couple courses for trading, and I met A&J Capital, and they actually helped me increase my skills in trading and also like give me a good platform.
Just joining the company now, I'm able to show my friends that selling drugs and stuff like that is not the way forward. I actually took a leap of faith by coming here, and now look, this is what I'm doing, so I can show to everyone that it's possible.
Yes, awesome. That video you just seen, that's our old office. That's where we were before the pandemic. And obviously, you know, when all of this is over, we'd be back in there, or probably bigger offices, you know, as the school is just continue to grow. It's going to continue to grow in this time that we're in. Now, I'm just reading a few comments from everybody. How do I do that? It's only good. Big up and helping these lads. Free transparent, are you? Amazing. Yes. Okay, awesome. Yes, nah. I'm just reading the comments just to catch up on what everyone's saying. Yes, I see that Jacob Wills and CJ are very enthusiastic on on the trading. 125 times leverage, bro. Are you sure you want to do that kind of leverage? That's very, very risky, bro. I don't advise anyone that's, you know, not been trading for a while. Don't use 125 times. How would you store your recovery key? Recovery key meaning your seed, right? Personally, I would store my seed probably in a safe or in a safety deposit box. And even then, it's still kind of risky. I wouldn't store it on an email though, 100%, because you can get hacked. You can get your emails hacked, and once they've got into that, then that's it. I miss this office. Roy, oh yes, Roy was one of the boys there. Did you tell the story of 2017 on the come up? Don't worry, Flums. I'm still gonna give him the gist. I'm gonna go through it 100%. I'm gonna tell him. Yes, I miss this office too, Roy. I know this pandemic needs to just go, man. It's really annoying, to be honest with you. It needs to go. Make a Telegram chat. First coming. Yes. The groups already exist, so it's just about adding you guys to the group so you can talk more and more. 100%. How do we follow you? Where do you teach? So you can follow me on either ISO Finance on Periscope, like you are right now, or you can follow the YouTube, or you can follow us on Instagram, and also my Snapchat, which I'll share with you guys after. But you know, what I'll do if you guys can just put the screen on my laptop, I can show you guys the website itself and you know, how to kind of get in touch with us. Can I enroll in your business school? Yes, you can. So as you can see right now, you'll be able to see the website itself on your screens. So, you know, on the website, we offer basic, these are just the basic courses. We've got our advanced trading strategies course. These are all the contents of the courses, and there's always a quiz at the bottom, you know, just to make sure that you understand. There's the professional trading strategies. This is more for the pros, you know, if you really understand what you're doing. So I'd advise, you know, for you to start in the beginners, in the basics one, just so you get like an understanding of what you're doing. And then, yeah, work your way up. Like I said, you know, there's no need to rush into it all, trying to rush through it. It's completely free, you know, it's never going to be taken away from you. It's always there, it's always available. And, you know, what we do, we work out a timetable with you. So to get involved in this, you click on one of the courses. At the bottom here, you register your interest. Choose, you know, so you want to call it like that. You put your email. Oh gosh, my spelling. You guys are probably better at spelling than me, but you get the gist. ISOF Finance, then put your number, you know, click beginners, or I think I've got to put .com there, beginners, advanced, or whatever, and then just click submit, and that will just come straight through to us. And yeah, within, you know, maybe even the same day, or at least by the next day, you get somebody will contact you from the team, you know, let you know when our next class is going to be for what you've chosen, what you want to do. And yeah, you get the link and the time that you can tune in, and then you go from there, you know, and that's how it begins. That's how you can begin your journey with us. And from there, you know, many other things are available for you. Like I said, also, if you could just go back on the site, guys. Also, subscribe to our YouTube, International School of Finance. What we do is that we release these little videos weekly, and you know, these videos are part of the course as well, but at the moment, I think we're gonna do about 10 episodes of these, where they just, you know, they're little short informative videos. I think I'm actually gonna play this one now, just so you guys can okay, so I don't think I'll be able to play this one now. The team is they're shaking their head behind the camera, but yeah, so if you can head over to the website yourself and play one of these videos, you'd understand what they are. There'll be one released every week, and they're very informative. You know, they'll teach you a lot of things and that you need to understand. And also, guys, it's not just that, you know, learning through the website and stuff like that. We do meet up. We do have meetups and, you know, events and stuff that we go to together as groups. And, you know, in fact, let me even speak about that. Some of the events and some of the stuff that we've been to through this whole journey, everything that, you know, that's gone on, it's allowed us into many different, like, doors. It's opened many different doors for us, especially, you know, for myself personally. I can sit here and tell you that I've sat with, you know, billionaires, millionaires, and all the rest of it. I've sat down with Roger Ver. I don't know if any of you guys know who he is. You know, that was through a good friend of mine, Lawrence Tilley. He's also a very big guy in the crypto space. Some of these guys, I'm actually gonna invite them onto the show. You know, I'll be coming on every week, by the way, to do this talk with you guys. And then obviously midweek, you can see me in the classes also when we're doing the classes, and we can also speak over the phone and things like that. And you know, once the pandemic's over, like I said, the office will be reopened again, and we can have the meetups. And the community just grows and grows and grows, you know. But I'm in the group chats every day. You can always message me personally. I'll pop up and you'll be able to see my number in the group chats. If anything, you know, if you want to be added to the group chats, is also the best thing to do will probably be to either, if you've got me on Snapchat, message your number so we can get you added. Or once you've registered your interest on the website, we can also take your number from there and get you added. Just so, you know, we're speaking with you and we're in contact straight away, and then we can work with each other from there. Now, the purpose of this, guys, yeah, you may be asking yourself, all right, so what do you get out of it? As in, why is he doing all of this? I'll be very, very honest with you. Yes, there is a gain for me. There is a benefit from me. And that benefit and that gain for me is if one of you guys, if one of you guys end up making it in terms of, I don't know where, the money that you're going to make is going to take you, or the ideas that you have, or the future that you have. And then you maybe make a Fortune 500 company that we can all invest in as a community and buy shares in. Because, we've come up together, we're able to do something, And not just that, also, what I believe is that, for example, I told you the story of how many people that I've met over the years, and from Bitcoin going to $300 to 20,000, yeah. But I've not now told you about the other way around, where it went back down to 3,000, all the way up to 40,000, where we're currently sitting at now. Well, 35,000 now, but we've hit the 40,000 mark now. Through that, remember, a lot of other people I've come across. I've come across a lot of other people, and I've also taught them, what to do and how to get involved and things like that. Now, I have this thing in the back of my mind that imagine, so I've told you, and like I've said, and some of my friends are online right now, I've told you that there's so many friends around me and, family that they've become millionaires or multimillionaires or 500,000 or 250,000 through this cryptocurrency space and through all this, but not just trading. Some of them are not traders. They just invested well, at the right time. Now, I've got this thing in the back of my mind that imagine, I'd met 100 of the people that I've met, they've all invested at the right time and put the right money in, and they all made $1 million. Now, in this community, that means straight away, there'll be 100 million in the community. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? In this ISOF, to be honest, listen, ISOF is just a name. This community doesn't even have a name. It doesn't really need a name. It's just so that I can come on here and speak saying, hello guys, I'm speaking from ISOF. This thing is bigger than a name. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? It's much bigger than that. It's a nation. Now, imagine 100 of those people have now all invested at the right time, and now all of their money's gone up, and crypto's gone up, because it is gonna go up. You may see that, it's doing all this and that. Look, something that can go from zero, it was worth nothing before, all the way to $40,000 in the space of what? Bitcoin only came around in 2008, 2009. Yeah, we're in 2021. What's that? 11 years? 11, 12 years. That's crazy. There's never been nothing like it. Even gold didn't do that. Do you understand? We are right in the middle of a digital revolution. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? And as much as, everything is looking crazy right now, the pandemic, somebody asked something, hi bro, I have a decent understanding of crypto trading already. Is this for me? Yes, 100%. It's for you. It's for everybody. It's literally for everybody. Even if you have a decent understanding, sometimes, listen, let me tell you how this community helps each other. Like I said, it's a self-sustaining community. Sometimes you want to get your hands on some Bitcoin. You want to buy Bitcoin. Some people want to sell Bitcoin. Being in this community allows you to connect with people. Some people will be there and you can just put, I'm looking for 10K worth of Bitcoin. I'm looking for 5K worth of Bitcoin, or £100 worth of Bitcoin. And straight away, you'd be able to find somebody that's, that's selling the Bitcoin. And I'll tell you, one of the ways that we do that is the peer-to-peer trading. If you guys can just put my screen back on again, so I can show you something quickly, So I'll just do a quick example of what peer-to-peer trading is. Now, remember I told you, it's nothing to do with the charts at all, Now, this is an exchange. It's called btcexchange.com. Now, this platform is just simply a peer-to-peer trading platform, And the way it works is that you'd sign up. I've already signed up. I've just made a tester account. It's got a little bit of Bitcoin in there lying around. So what I'll do is, so you can click here, click the top. It takes you to the front page. And once you're signed up and fully verified, there's traders that are always online. So now you can either buy Bitcoins online or buy Bitcoins with cash, in terms of, you can meet the people physically, Or you can sell your Bitcoins online, or you can sell your Bitcoins for cash. So same thing again, everybody, it's almost like a Facebook for cryptocurrency, for Bitcoin. Now, let's say you just want to buy online, for example. You'd click buy here like this. You enter the amount. So, I don't want to disturb this trader and make him think that I'm about to buy 100,000 of his coin. So let me just, put the lowest, because sometimes, it's you can get like banned from the website for if you're opening trades and not completing them, or at least they'll put a block on you. So this guy's selling, he's got Bitcoins that he's selling right now. And I just typed in 10p. I want to buy 10p worth of Bitcoin. Just type in, hi mate, just need that amount, please. Perfect. Then I send a trade request. Now, straight away, he's got that request on his side. Yeah? Now, see that 10p in Bitcoin has now been held in what's called an escrow account. So he doesn't have it and I don't have it. It's within the platform now. So it's safe for me to now speak with him. He'll be able to reply me on this bit here, and once he replies, he'll give me his details, and what would happen is I either do a bank transfer to him or we talk about how I'm gonna pay him. Once me and him have agreed on a price, the price is already agreed because he had his price set already. So right now I am buying 10p worth of BTC here for the exchange rate of this amount from trader. His username is limitless44. Oh, he said, hello mate, I'll send my details right away. Perfect. He's actually online and he's responded while I'm here. So now what he would do, he will send his details to me. To be honest, I don't really want to show his details on on a live broadcast, so I'll come off this page now. But what he will do is that he will send his details quickly. Actually, what you can do, if you can just go back to it quickly before he sends his details. So once he sent his details, and then there's a timer here, guys, here. So it all works based on a timer. So there's 30 minutes here for me to make the payment, because if I don't make the payment, then it's gonna automatically cancel, yeah? And I would lose, those coins now go back to him. Remember I've told you that at the moment, they're not actually with him. They're in between. They're in an escrow account. I'm sure some of you will know what escrow is, but you will learn about all of this, how to use sites like this in one of the courses. Now, once you've paid, you just click I have paid, and then confirm payment complete. Once you've now confirmed that the payment's complete, those coins are now locked in call it a deeper escrow, where now it won't cancel because I've paid. And now it gives him a timer for him to check if the Bitcoin itself, if I've made the payment. So he will check his bank account. If his money is in the account, he's now able to, he has a release button on his side where he releases the Bitcoins to me, and they'll be available in here in my wallet straight away. And once, the Bitcoin's been released to me in my wallet, oh, sorry, I think my internet just messed up there. Once the Bitcoin's available in my wallet, okay, that's it. So it won't be able to, the Bitcoin won't be available because he's not released to me yet, because I've actually not made payment. I even need to cancel that trade, to be honest with you, because I don't want to get myself. So you can also, if you haven't made the payment, you can also cancel the purchase quickly. So he'll get a notification. And also, after a trade, you always leave feedback. So you check people's feedback and stuff like that. You can see how many trades they've done. So this Limitless guy, you can see that he's verified. At the moment, he's not had any noticeable feedback left and things like that. But he's done 7 confirmed trades. And that's how that works. But like I said, there'll be more time to teach you stuff like this within the courses. So yeah, moving along swiftly, I was speaking about us, changing our community, and I've spoken about how I've made my friends, or I've been able to make my friends and my family and a lot of money, some of them millionaires, like I said. But there's also people that have done it off their own back, in terms of I've had no involvement in it. People that I don't even know, or I didn't know, shall I say. but I've got to know them. But you know, they've done it off their own back, and I've got some other examples because I'm not here to just glorify myself and say that I've done this, I've done that. I'm trying to show you how this digital revolution, how cryptocurrency has changed a whole outlook upon life for many people. If we can go back on the screen again, please, guys. Now, this is an article in the Metro newspaper, and this came out in 2018 on Monday, the 17th of September. And it says, identical twins quit gang culture to become cryptocurrency millionaires. I don't know if any of you guys know these twins, but they're two Nigerian twins from Brockley, South London. And what they've done is they made a coin called Populous. And this coin was actually, you know, was quite big in its time. And very good coin. Very good project that they worked on. And they became multi-millionaires off of this. And they had the same thing, you know. I'm pretty sure, you know, you can see their story. You can go online. I'll share these links in the group chat and stuff like that. But you can search about this online and learn about them, you know, and their life story and how they've turned it around and what they've done from Bitcoin. You know, they've gone to be around the likes of Floyd Mayweather, 50 Cent. Like I said, you know, you get to meet people in this game. You get to meet a lot of people. And they've done very well for themselves. I think after that, they've gone to even, you know, do other projects and release other coins. Yeah, you can come off that now. So yeah, I showed you that to show you that, listen, yeah, it doesn't matter who you are and where you come from. This is not about race, age, creed, or color, any of that stuff. It's not about that. This is just about being in tune to what's going on in our time. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? There was a dot-com boom before where people became billionaires or multi-millionaires or millionaires, just call it that if you want to. Do you understand? You can't really scale it because different people made different money. But at the same time, they changed their life through a revolution, through something that was going on in the time, and they were tuned in. Now, I'm here as a voice to speak to you and say to you, look, you're not so far from this revolution. Now, I believe, and I know that some of you already, you know, on this, that are watching me right now, already, you know, you're already trading Bitcoins and you're dealing with Bitcoins in one way, form of another. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? But why not get involved deeper or get into a community that's actually, you know, using the Bitcoins and, you know, you're working with the Bitcoins in a way that, it's actually going to change your future. It's not just something that you're using for the current time. Mark Cuban became a billionaire in the dot-com boom. Yes, Mark Cuban became a billionaire in the dot-com boom. But you can be the next Mark Cuban, Habib Yusuf. You can be the next Mark Cuban, bro. Nothing is stopping you. Do you understand? Like I said, it may not be that, you know, you come on board with me and do business with me or anything like that. But it may be that within this community, as we're coming together, maybe 2 of you will meet up, 3, 4, 5 of you will meet up. And, you know, it sparks a mind, entrepreneurial mind and an entrepreneurial friendship that, guys, you know what? Why don't we put this together and do this? And then you guys run with it. But what brought you guys together in the beginning would be something like this. Just, you know what? Let's just get into this. Let's talk about trading. Let's talk about this and that. And then you're moving on into other things. We will be the billionaires of this crypto boom. Yes, 100%. We will be. What did Billy Gates say? Why are you ignoring my question? I'm not seeing everything come through, Billy Gates. I'm not seeing everything come through. Sorry, I joined late. I had a few issues at work. That's fine, man. You can always catch up to what's been going on. You can always catch up. Billy Gates, if you send your question again, sorry, I didn't quite see your question. But yeah, moving along. So like I said to you guys, this is something that's happening right before your eyes. This is something that, you know, can really project you or propel you into much bigger things, you know. Some of the guys that been around me that I've taught, yeah, they came around, you know, as traders or not as traders, but wanting to know about this trading thing that I do and this, that, and the other. And then, you know, they ended up going down their road, doing what they do, you know. They were either a rapper or a footballer and whatnot. But at the same time, they're now still, you know, they're involved. They've got investments in crypto and things like that. They've just armed themselves with knowledge. Now, you know, in this life, a lot of people, they like to complain a lot. You don't want to get onto something you don't know about. What year did you first come across Bitcoin and invested? I've spoken about this from the start. I came across Bitcoin in 2016. Is that something you can do? I'm very interested. What did Billy Gates say, guys? Because I'm not really catching these questions. Everything is moving too fast. Sorry, Billy Gates. Yeah, you don't want to get into something you don't know about. That's true. Kizo AO. Tell them who's been your number one student. Yes, Flums has been my number one student. He has been one of the number one students. I'll give him that medal. I'll give him that badge. Yeah. Guys, before I get carried away, before we get lost into just small talk, I want to urge you, I want to charge you to join this digital revolution. I want you to look more into cryptocurrencies, and you don't necessarily have to learn everything you know or everything you're going to know about crypto from us, me, myself, and the team, the ISOF team. You can also do your own research. We're living in a digital age where information is free. It's all over the internet. Some people, please, are ICO safe? You'd have to look into that, and you'd learn through the course. You'd also learn and what to look into, and what kind of ICOs to buy into. And there's things like private sales, things like that, where we can get you in things like that. Where I'm behind, I'm not behind a lot of projects. Before I say something that's not true, I know people, and I've been around people, and I'm still around people that are behind a lot of projects. And when there's private sales and things like that going on, I've also managed to get in and stuff. So yeah, all those things are available. All that stuff is free. Usually, like I said, another trader would probably come online and try to sell you all these things. I don't see the need to. I see the need of empowering you. Can you get a house deposit down with Bitcoin, and how much it all fluctuates with the price of BTC? Sorry, can you get a house deposit down with Bitcoin? Then how much? I'm pretty sure there's probably services like that. I think I know what you're asking about though. It's something that Flums posted the other day, where what it is that you can borrow against your Bitcoin. So what happens is that there is a service out there where you can use your Bitcoin as collateral, yeah, and then you put it up and you borrow money against it. Now, as Bitcoin fluctuates, yeah, it's actually a very smart idea, because as Bitcoin's going up, that's you paying back that loan anyway. So you've literally still got your Bitcoin there, but you've taken out fiat currency, yeah, and gone to work with it. So you've not had to sell your coin. But that's also something that I'd have to speak to you in depth about. I can't go through it now on this and tell you exactly how to do it, and how it all works. But yes, it's possible. What if I believe if you're asking that same question, yes, it works. Dubai and Turkey accept Bitcoin in state agency. Yeah, Bitcoin is accepted on a lot of platforms in a lot of different places. That's another thing, you need to actually understand that it's becoming more and more adoptable. The Bitcoin adoption that's happened over the years is massive. Now, I've got one other thing to show you. Do we have just speaking on Bitcoin adoption, the newspaper article from Jamie Dimon, the JP Morgan one? Okay, if you just give me a second, guys, I'm just going to bring that up here quickly, yeah? I want to speak about Bitcoin adoption and, what's happened over the years. Give me a moment. Let me just bring it up here quickly. Don't go on my screen yet. Give me a second. Okay, it's just loading. Give me a second. Okay, sorry guys, I was having a bit of a technical issue there. So quickly, just before we carry on, your questions are actually getting written down. My team have just told me. So I will actually have a list of questions ready for me that I'm gonna now answer just before we finish. So don't worry if you feel like, I'm not getting back to you and, your questions aren't being written down. They are being written down because they're just coming in so fast that the better way for us to do it is that I get through them at the end all at once. So if you can just put the screen on, guys, so I can show them this. So just now I was talking about the adoption that Bitcoin's had over the years. Now this first article here, as you can see, this is Jamie Dimon is the CEO of JP Morgan. And in September 12, 2017, he slammed Bitcoin and said, Bitcoin's a fraud. Yeah, that's in 2017. Now, January 4th, 2021, JP Morgan now says Bitcoin could surge to 146,000 in long term. This is articles taken off of Bloomberg. Do you understand? Now, yeah, you can come back now. Now, I showed you that article to say something to you. I want you to understand that the adoption that's happened in cryptocurrency, at first, a lot of people were fearful of it, they were scared of it. But even the banks themselves, they now know and they see that, wow, this thing is actually the future. There's a lot of use cases for this thing. It may not be Bitcoin that actually becomes the future currency. That's why there's all these other altcoins, all these other alternative coins that people use. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Because we're also still sifting through to see what kind of coins or what can we use and what's best for this or best for that. Different blockchains are being created. There's the Ethereum blockchain, there's the blockchain itself, the Bitcoin network, things like that. But you learn about all this stuff in the courses, like I said. But what I'm trying to explain to you is that the adoption that's happened in this cryptocurrency space over the years should show you guys that something is like you need to actually, get to know about this thing. You need to understand what it's about. If a big company like, JP Morgan can say this in the beginning, yeah, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people are probably scared by that article, but look, 3-4 years later, they've changed their tone. They think it's one of the best things to invest in. They're saying that they think one Bitcoin is going to be 146,000 at a time. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? So with that said, don't you think it's time that you start looking into it? And at the same time, I'm offering you something, a community. I'm offering you an opportunity to join a community that's going to just teach you or show you the way, or at least start you up. You may end up elsewhere. You may never even, listen, we may never even cross paths. But you just coming on board, you now meet somebody else in the group chat. Maybe you see that they always post and, their charts are always good and, they've made you some money. You guys build a relationship from there and you guys go do what you need to do and work together and they help you. Or, for example, maybe you're a footballer or something and, you don't really have time to sit there and trade. But at least you got the alerts, you know that, this is happening now. Remember, with cryptocurrency, you're in control of your own money. You're in full control of your own money, yeah? So you don't really need to hand over your money to somebody else. You just need the knowledge of what to do. And straight away, put that money into there, put that money into there. Obviously, like some people ain't got the time at all to even do that. And, they're so busy in life, then yes, that's when you can find somebody that can, invest or trade for you. But at the same time, it's also good for you to also have the knowledge yourself. Don't just stick your money somewhere you don't know nothing about. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Always get the knowledge of what you're putting your money into. It's very important, What is your thoughts on a Ripple Art SEC lawsuit? You know what, yeah, that is a very, 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 it's a very funny situation, I'll be honest with you. Ripple was meant to be one of the banks, we'll call it Trojan horses into cryptocurrency, because Ripple goes against everything crypto, by the way. If you look at how it's built, the whole, the network, everything, what it's built on, it's not, cryptocurrency is meant to be private, this, that, and the other, but Ripple, they had a whole next, they were just built in a whole different way. So in the beginning, a lot of people were against Ripple. But to now find out, that this is what they were doing, and, if you really read into the lawsuit, it's crazy. I thought, wow, is this what these guys have been doing behind the scenes? But that's another story for another day. We'll have a conversation. And what I think about it is that personally, I don't want to touch Ripple. I'm quite scared of it. I don't know where it's going. It might go all the way to zero, but you know, that's neither here or there. We're yet to see where that's going. How much are the courses? The courses are completely free. The courses are completely free, bro. Just need to do technical analysis and do the right deals at the right time. I've got money in ETCH. I've got more money in ETH than BTCs. That's a good move. Look, Ethereum is a very good coin. Ethereum's going to take, you know, it's still got a lot of legs. It's still got a lot of legs. We could see Ethereum at 10K per coin, you know. So yeah, Ethereum is a good investment. But at the same time, Bitcoin's got a lot of legs. We also still don't know where. Right now, we're in the season of price discoveries. We're still discovering Bitcoin price. We don't know what the Bitcoin price is yet. We're still discovering it. So I don't know, you know, which one's the best one. But I would be invested in both if I was you. Is P2P trading the best to make money? Yes and no and yes. I say that to say because, yeah, if that is your kind of thing. So with peer-to-peer trading, one of the good things about is that, so you see like that website that I showed you, yeah? If you know nothing about charts and you haven't got the time to be following charts and things like that, you just know in your mind, yeah, or have it, you know, in the back of your mind or whatever, that the price of Bitcoin is always going to move up and down throughout the month. So let's say, for example, you buy £10,000 worth of Bitcoin and you're holding that Bitcoin, yeah? And the price now ends up going up. But, you know, and you want to get in and out, you want to be peer-to-peer trading, you can go on that platform, sell that Bitcoin for the higher rate, yeah? And then with that profit, you'd make a profit on that. And that's how you've made your money. That's also a trade. Because what you've done, you bought for a low price and sold for a higher price. That's still trading. So peer-to-peer, meaning that you bought from one pair for a certain amount, and then you sold to another pair for a certain amount. So yeah, peer-to-peer is a very profitable way of trading. And like I said, once again, we can teach you, you know, how to execute that kind of strategy on these platforms. And there's many more platforms that I'll introduce to you. Some of you guys are, you know, asked about the coins that I've been posting this week. And, you know, I posted a few coins on my Snapchat that a few people made some money on. If you're online right now and, you know, you made some profits, just, you know, pop up, show yourself, say hi. But there's been a few people that bought into some of the coins that I was just posting on my Snapchat, and it, you know, it turned out very well for them. You know, they made some good money. But they were asking me, so other people were asking me what platforms they can buy these coins on. So that's another thing, you know. I can sit here and go through it all, but it's gonna be a long while, and I don't want to be here all night, to be very fair with you. But yeah, you know, we can definitely we can meet and talk and stuff like that in the group chats. I can post, you know, exchanges, different platforms for you to go and find, because not all coins are on, you know, the main exchanges like Binance and stuff like that. Yeah. Only been following on Snap for a week. The day I added you on Snap, I made money within the next 4.5 hours. Oh wow, that's amazing. That's good to know. Hi, yeah, this week's signals have been good. Thank you very much, sir. How did you find those coins? Through research. So that's the power of the community. Do you understand? Sometimes I'm not even looking into that coin, but because I've checked the group chat and I've just seen that, oh wow, you know, these guys are active and this is what's going on, I'll just see that, all right, well, let me go and look at that coin. Obviously, somebody else would have been looking at it, but I'll now go do my research, and because I'm good at reading charts, once I'm happy with what I see, and I believe that, yeah, you know what, he was right, I'll go into it myself also. So, you know, it's not every time that I just stumble on these coins by my own self. It's the power of the community. That's how this whole thing works. Do you understand? We're sharing information. The person that would have posted that in the group chat doesn't lose anything by giving that tip in, just saying, oh guys, I'm looking at this coin. Let me know what you think. Sometimes he's looking for, you know, that last word or just an extra, like somebody else, you know, like a confirmation maybe, just to say, look, what do you guys think about this? And then they're happy that you know, somebody else has made money off them, and we keep bouncing off each other, you know, and everybody's working with each other. And then sometimes, excuse me, sometimes what happens is, yeah, you may lose money also, but that's trading. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? I'm not going to sit here and paint a glorious picture. I've lost money. Listen, for me to even get as good as I am at trading, I've lost serious wedge. I've lost serious money, but that's not to say that I've not made it back. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Made it back 10 times more, because guess what? I've stayed at it. You have to stay at your craft. It's not, you know, you don't get into something the first day and become a pro, become amazing at it. But the good thing about it is that I've piggybacked with some pros. I've jumped on the back of some pros, and I've, you know, I've gone to I've followed what they were doing, and you know, I've sat down with them. Like I said, my friend that I met that introduced me into this thing, I pretty much, like, I might as well have been tied to the hip with him in the beginning. I didn't let him go nowhere. I was involved in everything he was doing. I wanted to know everything about this cryptocurrency until I knew, all right, cool, this is what I do with it. And now I just ran with it, you know? Let me just finish up with this. Floms, you've made me 40K since I've been following you. I'm 19 from the manor. Oh, wow. See, these are the things, these are the stories I love to see. James, that's amazing. Listen to that. He's made 40K since he's been following him, and he's only 19 years old. Now, where else, listen, where else does a 19-year-old make that kind of money? In this time, or where we come from, a 19-year-old making that kind of money is probably a drug dealer. Is probably a fraudster. I'm just being real with you. I'm just being honest with you. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? But through the power of a community, yeah, coming together, sharing knowledge, he just followed Floms, yeah, Floms that followed me, and through that, he's now made 40K. So he's not had to meet me. Do you understand? So remember, I'm trying to show you, this is not about me. This is about you joining the revolution, becoming part of something bigger than yourself, bigger than what, you know. In fact, listen, if the system, yeah, let me show you something right now, yeah. If the system that is in the crisis right now was working, yeah, then you would already be counted out, because that system has shut you out already. The way that the system is, it's not, a 19-year-old is not meant to make £40,000 just like that. It's not meant to be like that. Why? You have to ask yourself why. And that's very bad. Why can't people just make finances and, you know, become wealthy and do stuff? The system is set up that, you know, you get a 9 to 5, do this. And I've got nothing against people that do a 9 to 5, you know, get a mortgage, you earn a certain wage every month, you pay your tax, and that's it, you go home. That's how it's meant to be. That's what the system is set up like. But if that system, yeah, was working, and everything wasn't so manic, and, you know, people haven't created cryptocurrencies and all these other things, trying to find a way out, we'd all be doomed. But because the system is not working, this is actually, so the system not working is actually working towards your advantage. I don't know if you understand that. And if you didn't, you get it on your way home. But listen to me. That system that's failing, you can use that to your own advantage, because there's now other things that have been created. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? There's other ways and means that have been created, and those ways and means, they propel you. It's not just that you're just going to make a bit of money. And remember, this is not just about making money. It's about coming together as a people. People that will never maybe necessarily ever meet in life ever before. But you now have one common thing. You met in a crypto trading chat. You met in a meetup. Sometimes, yeah, we have meetups. You've seen us. We go for dinner. We go to we go for all sorts of things, you know. And because of those kind of things, I think maybe you should show the video of the events that we go to and stuff like that, the meetups where, you know, some of you guys can come. And like I said, after the pandemic, you guys will be able to come to these things. They'll be available whenever they're around. And it's not just us that put them on. You meet loads of other cryptocurrency enthusiasts that are there. And not just crypto enthusiasts. You're meeting multi-millionaires, billionaires. Like I said, I met Roger Ver at one of these events. Yeah. If you look him up, and some of you already know who Roger Ver is, he owns Bitcoin Cash. Could you play the video, please, of the CC forum? She's lit. Yeah, so that was a video of the CC Forum, which is an event that they hold every year. And, you know, a lot of people in the cryptocurrency space, they come together to showcase their projects and meet and talk and stuff like that. And once again, unfortunately, because of, you know, the pandemic that we're currently in, none of these events can be held. So most of the stuff that we're going to be doing at the moment, we're going to be interacting online, guys. But like I said, once, you know, all this stuff is over, we'll be able to meet up. Now, before I round up, like I said, I was going to answer a few of your questions. So if you can just, if you guys can send the questions through onto my WhatsApp, I've got my WhatsApp open here. Put it on, actually, oh, you know what, it's not connected. So I'll just take it from one of you. Before I round up, I did say I'll answer a few questions. So yeah, if you've got any other questions, quickly send them through. I'll read them off the screen. And then I'll also be talking and answering the ones that are here. Yeah, just 1 minute before you pass the thing. Guys, if you could work with me, please. What are we doing? Are they gonna pass it, yeah? Okay, perfect. Okay, so I've got some questions here in front of me. And one of the questions is, what is the name of the stable coin? So there's many different stable coins. There's one called Tether, USDT, yeah, Tether. And there's USDC, that's a Coinbase. They have their own very own stable coin. There are many stable coins. It's you know, it's all online. Like I said, that's something that you'd also be able to learn in one of the courses. So it's not just one stable coin. There's a few. What are the different type of coin? I don't quite understand that question, but maybe I'll be able to answer that better when we speak in person. We try to move away from Coinbase. It's a custodial exchange. Okay, about custodial exchanges. So yes, that's a very good question. Let me just touch on that. It is very good to move away from custodial exchanges simply because you don't own the private keys. So they actually own they have your money. You know, if anything ever happens, if they get hacked or if the site goes down, if the Bitcoin network crashes or anything, you know, terrible happens, they actually have your money on their side and it's not on your side. So, you know, if you've got a large amount or even an amount that, you know, for me, it depends what you call a large amount, but I keep small money on those kind of exchanges, but the, you know, the bigger money and stuff like that, you know, should I say my my holdings, I would keep them on a ledger wallet. And once again, that's something that you'll be able to learn about from the courses, you know, how a ledger wallet works and which kind of ledgers to use, and you know how to store somebody asked earlier how to store their mnemonic seed and things like that. You'll be able to learn that on the course. What is better, ledger or Trezor? Personally, I use Trezor. I just feel like it's better. I've never heard of anything like going wrong with a ledger, but I use Trezor myself personally. Who is invested in ETH? I don't know, many people. Many people. How do I withdraw money from Coinbase? Yeah, so this is the thing, guys. This is why I showed you about peer-to-peer trading. So when you want to buy Bitcoin sometimes, see exchanges like Coinbase and all these other like places, they're very difficult then, and simply because, like I said, like I showed you the article about JP Morgan, banks don't like Bitcoin. Do you understand? And there's still a fight at the moment between banks and, you know, crypto exchanges and stuff like that. Oh, excuse me. So actually buying Bitcoin from places like Coinbase is dangerous. I'm sure some of you guys have probably had your bank account closed or, you know, frozen or stuff like this, and the banks told you that they have to look into it. I'll tell you why they've done that. Simple reason. They've just seen that Coinbase, or they've just seen coin this or coin that, and for them, they're not happy with it. You're investing your money. You're now going to be in control of your own finances. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? And there's more reasons, not more than just that, but basically because they don't really like or they don't really understand cryptocurrencies, for them, they, that's how they'll block your account and things like that. And then also, it's also harder to pull back your money from that. So what would be easier would be to just buy the Bitcoin off of a peer-to-peer platform where you're just buying it off somebody else. It's now between person to person. So even at your bank, it doesn't look like the money's gone from any crypto exchange or anything like that. In fact, it doesn't even show as a crypto transaction. Do you understand? It just looks like John sending money to Paul. Simple. That's just what it is, That's what I found is a lot easier as an easier way to buy Bitcoin. What coins do you think will make the biggest increase this year? All right, so tune in next week. Yeah, next week's title is Banking on Bitcoin. And I will be talking about, there's a list of coins that I'm actually heavily invested in, that I believe that, with the right money invested, you can actually, I'm actually going to make a challenge, I will also invest in, because I've already invested in those coins, but it's a challenge that we'll see the price of those coins move throughout the year. Like I said, I'm going to be coming on for this specific thing. I'll come on once a week and speak to you guys, and, we'll talk about news, current affairs, talk about more, about the journey. I'll invite some people on the show sometimes as well, some of these people that I've been talking about this evening, and you'll see some of them and they can tell you their stories, and then, some people from the community, and maybe one of you guys that's watching today, you can also come on the show with me, and we can talk together and, maybe talk about your journey 6 months from now, how from you watching this program today has changed your life in 6 months. Those are the kind of stories we need to share, guys, so we're all one. So yeah, to hear about the coins that I think will have the biggest increase, tune in next week, and like I said, we'll be talking about that next week, and I'll give you a list of coins that I believe, and I'll have my reasons and stuff like that ready to show you why I believe these coins are gonna go up, and then we'll go from there. And I'll do one more question just before I round up. Are there qualifications needed? That's the perfect question. No. You don't need no qualifications. You can be any Tom, Harry, or Bob, and it's perfectly fine. You can still learn about cryptocurrencies and actually become something. Like I said to you, some of the guys that I've taught, you guys saw the video. You saw Charlie. You saw Sharif. When they were speaking and they spoke of, one said he grew up in an abusive home where he used to bunk school to go and sell drugs. The other one, his brothers were going to jail when they were in gang culture and stuff like that. These guys didn't have any qualifications. Sorry to say, but I'm not sorry. But if you see them now and you see what they're doing now, they're more than qualified. In fact, they don't need to go and work for anybody. They themselves have the blueprint to become billionaires. If they just stay at it and keep going and keep going and keep going. Like I said, I was lucky to start early, to start young, and master my craft. They started young and they've started early also. And I wish all the best on them. And I hope that, the same, that belief that they had at the start and then the vision that I helped them see would stay together as one. And that action that they've taken to learn about this thing would, produce a financial prosperity in their future. Now, guys, it's been excellent speaking to you this evening. I've had very, very, I'd say, it's been very insightful, For me also, I was also, looking or wondering how many people would actually tune in. Are people interested in this stuff, Because sometimes I could have just been there talking to myself. But as I can see, you people actually appreciate this, and some of you guys really, you're really tuned in, you're asking questions, and that's what it's about, So once again, thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you for your time. I'll be back on next week. Once again, look out for the posts, when I'll be on, and be tuned in. You will know in very good time, in advance, and then we'll just go from there, guys. Yeah, and as the community goes more and more, as it gets bigger and bigger, who knows? Who knows what this is going to become? But this is the start of something. In fact, it started a long time ago. I'm just talking to you about it now, and I'm asking you, or I'm telling you to join this digital revolution. My name's Arthur. Thank you very much for tuning in, guys.